Samsung Galaxy S24 series, set to launch early next year, has been making waves in the smartphone world, with the S24 Ultra emerging as the flagship contender. Here are top 10 changes that we could see on the upcoming Galaxy S24 lineup. First, the titanium frame. Samsung phones use Armor aluminum chassis, which is more durable than regular aluminum. It also gives the phones a more premium in-hand feel. With the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra next year, the Korean giant could use a titanium frame to take things of a notch. Titanium is nearly 4 times denser and stronger than aluminum, which should allow it to fare better against dents and scratches in daily use. Usually the switch to a denser material for the middle frame leads to an increase in weight, but that seemingly won't be the case with the S24 Ultra. It would be around 233 grams, which is already less than the current Gen S23 Ultra. So if the rumor pans out and the S24 Ultra weighs a bit less than its predecessor, it would be an impressive feat on the Korean giant's part. This could be because titanium's increased density will allow Samsung to use less of it, leading to weight reduction. Next, the flat display panel. The S23 Ultra has won the best displays on the flagship smartphone right now. With the S24 series, we expect Samsung to raise the bar with meaningful upgrades. It seems Samsung wants to go flatter with the S24 Ultra display if new leaks are to be believed. The biggest and most noticeable change that we can see from the mock-up is that the S24 Ultra could be ditching the curved displays. Instead, we could get a phone that has a flat front, much like what we see on the current S23 and S23 Plus, but Samsung could retain the ultra-sharp corners on the S24 Ultra, giving it a unique look. Next, a new 3x telephoto sensor. Prolific leaker Ice Universe says the S24 Ultra will come with a 50 megapixels 3x telephoto sensor, improving upon the 10 megapixel sensor featured on the S23 Ultra. The exact sensor details were not shared, but a jump from 10 to 50 megapixels represents nearly 5 times an improvement in image resolution. So whatever picture is taken from the S24 Ultra is expected to look immaculate. Moreover, when the 3x optical zoom is used, the increased image resolution should mitigate a loss in quality. Next, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy. Samsung is reportedly planning to launch the next iteration of its flagship with a Snapdragon chipset. The S24 Ultra will be equipped with Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in all markets, while the other 2 models could be launched with Exynos 2400 under the hood. Samsung and Qualcomm will continue the partnership they started earlier this year when the S23 was announced with an exclusive for Galaxy Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. The upcoming S24 series will also be powered by a for Galaxy Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, which will perform better than the standard variant. Next, the brighter display. The upcoming handset will use a 2500 nits peak brightness. Yes, that's correct. The display on the S24 Ultra will be 750 nits brighter than the one of the S23 Ultra. It is possible that it's a Samsung display made M13 panel that has been rumored for a few months now. Earlier this year, the South Korean firm showcased the UDR 2000 display with a peak brightness of up to 2000 nits, but the OLED panel that has rumored to be used in the Galaxy S24 Ultra would be even better. Next, it was rumored last year that Samsung will equip the S23 with satellite connectivity for emergency calling and messaging similar to the iPhone 14. However, that didn't happen, and the S23 lacks satellite connectivity for emergency services. It is reported that Samsung will bring satellite connectivity to its phones next year. This S24 lineup will use a 2-way satellite connectivity feature. 2-way satellite connectivity for emergency communications enables phones to connect to low Earth orbit satellites to send calls and messages when no mobile phone network is nearby. It allows users to be rescued or attended with medical care within a WASP in an area with no cellular connectivity. Next, a new 200 megapixel sensor. Instead of using the old sensor, the S24 Ultra is rumored to feature a new 200 megapixels ISOCELL HP2SX camera sensor. This upgraded sensor is superior to the previous one. It will likely feature super quad-phase detection autofocus and can shoot 8K videos at 30 frames per second. Next, more RAM. Next year's Galaxy S24 models could be in line for a performance boost, and not just from the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset that's likely to power the future flagships instead. A new rumor claims that the 3 likely S24 models will be getting a big memory boost, a move that could improve multitasking on the best Samsung phones. The RAM can go up to 16 gigs for the Ultra model. In other words, the rumored S24 specs would be a notable upgrade in memory for Samsung's phones. And finally, AI generative. Samsung has stopped its employees from using chatbots like ChatGPT, but it could also be in the midst of developing its own AI technology. According to one tipster who states that it will be made for next year's Galaxy S24 lineup. Samsung is developing some AI technology for the S24 family, and it has no relation with Samsung Bixby. Google is already using AI in its smartphone lineup, and we already know which is very useful in terms of daily task too. So let's see what Samsung has under its sleeve to show in its upcoming S24 lineup. So these are the top 10 changes that you'll find on the upcoming S24 lineup. I hope you enjoyed the video. For more updates, you can check out our channel. See you in the next one. Peace out.